you started to talk about this, and I think I kind of want to. This might belong somewhere in the middle of the interview, but I'd like to know what, in your opinion, or even how it relates to the game, but possibly not. What does it mean to be a leader? What is a leader in your game, or what does that mean for you?
Well, I'm gonna do a little Socrates here with you. Is Ray? My answer is what it means to be a leader is what do you think it means to be a leader? So our intent with this design is for you to explore what you think it means to be a leader. Now that was truly sort of sophist. So let me be a little more honest. Let's talk in the context of World War II leadership. There's no right answer. So that's where I do agree with the Socrates, right? Knowing that you don't know the answer and trying to find your own is the key. But there are answers that are clear. So some people, which we tend not to admire, are careerists. Their notion of leadership is gaining more power, climbing the rungs. On the other hand, some of these very ambitious people, I suspect Caesar was pretty ambitious, did pretty well. So it doesn't preclude your being competent. And I'll put it in very burden of command terms now. So taking a hill is a moral thing to do, right? You've been ordered to take the hill. The moral argument for you doing that as a leader is you want the war to be done. You want to beat the Nazis. You want to get home, right? Because why are you fighting this war otherwise? On the other hand, it's a pretty good moral thing to take care of the lives of your men. So maybe this isn't a hill to take. Maybe this is the time you call your colonel or your major and you say, sir, no, sir, or sir, we need to live to fight another day. Or you don't even call and you back off. And the example I probably used last time, but many people resonate to, is Winters at the Canal, Captain Winters and Band of Brothers in 1945, probably. And he just sent men across to grab a German prisoner, brought him back, did a great job. Everybody survived. They tell the major or colonel, and he says, great, do it again. And Winters, who is one of the most sort of morally upstanding guys, decides this is not right. And he doesn't send them again. And he makes a call, which you could argue is not his to make, and doesn't send them again and lies on his report about having done it. So did Winters do the right thing? I think they set that up sympathetically enough that we mostly feel he probably did. But it's not obvious he did the right one. You have to think about it. And so what we try to do is take burden of command and fill it with a lot of decisions based on actual decisions from history preferred, sometimes from our writer's imagination, but typically from history, where you have to decide what kind of leader you're going to be. And we hope, this is one of the parts that's still remaining, you'll pick a particular journey of mindsets, as we call it, like compassionate or doctrinaire or aggressive, right? I forget the exact names. And those will give you certain benefits, but also certain punishments when you do it wrong. And you may know the newest Crusader Kings 3 has a wonderful mechanic called stress, where if you're a greedy king or whatever, and you try to be generous, because you know as a player, oh, I got to be generous here, so I get all the people's adulation and I can get 2 more points, then your character will get stressed. And if you do too much stress, he may go mad. Now, I'm pissed at Crusader Kings 3 because Alan, one of our writers, had this idea. So we had it first, but we didn't get there, so our version doesn't matter. But with the same mechanic, which is we hope that what will happen to you is you will take stress if you decide who you are as a leader during the war, and as you to commit to being cautious, which might make you able to detect ambushes better, say. Then you want to do something aggressive because this is the time you realize as a player you really should be aggressive. We'll let you, but you'll take stress. So I hope you got the real answer, which is I hope you have your own leadership journey. And I do think burden of command may change your sense of who you are by the end. Certainly I have walked away from my experience with a few different ideas about myself from the decisions I made after being confronted with them, as opposed to judging at a distance.
Wow.